Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time watching, my name is Matt and I'm right in the middle of fixing up an old excavator. The goal of this video is to get the valve block pulled out and brought in here into the shop. So what is the valve block? Well, fortunately for you, I've basically pulled everything else out of here except for this thing. So pretty easy to spot. And why am I doing this? Well, I mean, that's kind of a deeper question, but as far as why I'm pulling it out, if you've seen previous videos, you've known everything hydraulic I pulled apart has been full of junk and water and rust, and so I think it makes the most sense to just get this out and clean it up in a nice controlled environment. It would also be nice to maybe clean under here. It looks a little bit, I don't know if you can tell, but it's a little bit dirty under here, just slightly. It'd be nice to just have it clean and, you know, kind of leak free. I have talked to a few people that are familiar with these machines, and they kind of gave me some advice on the do's and don'ts of what to do with this thing. So hopefully that's accurate. So the first thing to do is going to be pulling all these hoses off. It probably looks a little bit complicated from what you're seeing, but it also looks pretty complicated here. So I'm just going to try to label all these as I pull them off. I'm eventually going to replace probably all of these hoses. I have a crimper, and these are all, every hose I've looked at has been in bad shape. Okay, I got 14 different color zip ties here, and I'm going to do 2 colors per hose because that'll give me 91 possible combinations. And I'm tracking it with the sheet I made here. So all these X's are combinations I don't want to use. For instance, 2 of the same color, like up here in the corner, green, green. But I also don't want to do like green, gold, and then gold, green, right? Because that would be the same thing. So that's why there's so many crosses on here. But that still gives me, like I said, 91 combinations. That should be plenty for how many hoses there are. All the work I've previously done, like for instance, this hose goes to the swing device. The connector on the swing device I've already marked, and then this hose I brought up to this standard. I still need to mark it over here once I pull the hose. There's a lot of work to do here, a lot of zip ties. Anyways, I'm not going to film this. This is going to be extremely boring and time consuming. I'll catch you once I'm done. This is I think this is the relief valve for the thumb. Some milkshake coming out of there. These are not metric fasteners. Added after the fact, I guess. All right. Ooh. That one has a lot of water in it. Ooh. These hoses are crispy. There's not really any way to get a ratchet in here. Some of these I might be able to. Let's see. Oh yeah. Just barely. I have a giant drip pan under this whole thing, right, by the way, because this is going to be messy. It'd be really hard to do if the swing device was in. I need to get some like 3/8 Allen drivers, I think, because I only have half. And it seems like they never fit in any spots. Uh-oh. Yeah, I need to get some like longer drivers. Okay, a lot of fluid in that one. Coming out full of water, of course. Hopefully this valve block's okay. That's it. There we go. I'm not gonna lie, I see stuff like this coming out and I get a little bit concerned about what's gonna be inside of here. Now that that's off, I got another round of zip tying to do, mostly on, looks like mostly pilot lines now, but there's still some of the bigger stuff. Anyway, I'll catch you once I'm done with that and we'll take some more stuff off. Some of these small ones I did like a loop around the main one just because there's not enough space. Probably should have done this originally. Uh-oh. A little bit of a problem over here where the tree hit. You can kind of see some damage here, obviously, where the tree hit. But the drain pipe for the oil cooler comes right here. This is where this is kind of a temporary thing I did to make it work. So it hit that. This is the support for it, which is bent downward. Do that hit. And you can see this drain pipe. I didn't take this brace off. I think it just broke off. But, I mean, that's all hitting there. But anyways, the issue is the mounting bolt for this plate, the bottom one, is right there, and it's all bent in or I can't get a socket onto it. Ow. It's all floppy. Ah. What is this? All right. Oh, that might be good enough right there. Oh my, thing's really stuck. I think it's bent. It's turning, but it's really stuck. It's loose. That was difficult. Did I miss one? Yep. Come on now. There we go. Oh, it's heavy. Yep. A lot more space to work back here now. Also, there's a few hoses we got to get off here. Those two. This is the inlet from the pump, I think. Yep. A lot of people asking why I work in the rain. It rains a lot here, so it's either work in the rain or don't work. The goal, though, is to get all this in the shop before it gets really nasty, which is going to happen any day now. So then I can work on it inside during the winter. If I can do this without hurting myself. Oh, yeah. I got some full-size zip ties finally, so I don't have to double up on the big ones. What's this one full of? Oh, more water. Straight water. Great. This thing. Oh, there's one more hose over there. Okay. Nope. There we go. Of course, I see right now I could have just unbolted that, but whoopsies, that's okay. So I think this is the largest hydraulic hose I'm going to have to make. I think the crimper I got can actually do this one. We will find out. So I think this is the inlet to the cooler, maybe, since this comes right out of the valve block. I don't know. Could be the outlet. Not a lot of fun working down here, but I'm sure it'll clean up nice. All right, guys, I just had, and this is funny because I'm at the end pretty much of doing this, but I just realized a way better way of doing this, and that is to just put the zip ties like that, and then just going through and cutting all these, because then the fitting stays right there, and I don't have to get in this grease, and I'm going to replace these white lines anyways. So, all right, just got a new lens for this camera, so I'm going to move it back to safety. The grinders really do a number on it. I think this is ready to come off. So there's this frame right here, which is like a C channel, a giant C channel, and then there's the same one right there between this pilot block and the main one. But these are actually bolted down to the frame. I couldn't find it before, but I dug through like about 8 inches of dirt, and there is a bolt. So there's one there, one right there. You can see one right there, and I can see one right there. So if I can just take both of these out as one unit. That should make it a lot easier. All right. Now that one's just, anytime I need a new tool, it's like a 1 minute walk to the shop and back, but ow. Got real lucky with the crescent wrench, which is nice because these are all different sizes. I'm gonna have to take this, oh, there goes the light. I'm gonna have to take this fitting off real quick so I don't lose track of it. There you go. There we go. Uh-oh. This is the first time this has happened, but I got two markings on each side. So we got SD, SE. Is that an SI? And then SH, SB, SA, SC. So this is actually more for my reference than for you. So D, E, I, H, B, A, C. This is for future, Matt. You're welcome. I'll show you how to get these off. Okay, nice and simple. What? Where's the thing? These are mounted upside down. This is going to be difficult. Just got to do it by feel, I guess. Oh, lost the pin. Where did that go? Did I lose it? Yep, it went flying somewhere. There we go. All right. At least I'm done with zip ties because that was getting really boring. It took about a week to get this far. No, this isn't even tight. Yeah, those are loose. Yep. Man, it's so dirty in here. I think this thing's only, I want to say like 250 or 300 pounds. It's not super heavy. I just don't want it to rest on any fittings. And how high does this have to go? This may not work. Straps are too long. This is terrible. This is going to be way, let's see, get a tape measure. Oh yeah, this will work. Thank goodness, because I'm feeling lazy right now. How clean it is under there. I missed this guy right here. Oh, I missed two. This goes to the same fitting, so technically it's just one. Okay, this thing's all wrapped up here. What has happened here? Oh, this is just, what? Okay, hold 1 second, please. I don't know how that happened. Okay. Why is this getting hard all of a sudden? Uh-oh, what's going on? Twisted? Oh, there's an add-a link that was up in the chain. It must have been from pulling the, what do you call it? Cab. That should work. All right, well, we did it. A lot more space to work in here. Like I said, the boom circuit, like look in there, that looks really, really bad. I just see, I mean, you can see that probably too. There's just goo in there. The other ones might be okay. And I don't really know if you can repair these. If they're rusted out, I think they're like well, we'll get into that, I guess. A couple more things I want to pull up here is that, I forget what that's called, but it's, it hooks up to the center joint, I believe. So I'll pull that out since that's kind of going to be exposed to the elements. This thing, also don't know what this is, but it has some lines going to it. So I'll pull this out. And then this, I think this is some kind of idle circuit or emissions thing for the motor. It's all electric, but I'll pull that out. This has like that extra throttle cable. Besides that, I think everything else is okay to stay. Ow. That's pleasant. Ooh. Guessing that bag is to keep it dry and clean. So all of these lines should be marked by now. What does this go to? This is an electrical line. Yeah, that one's marked. That one's also marked. That one's marked. And that one's marked. Good. So that's a sign I did do it right. How do I get it off of here though? I don't know. Okay, new plan. We're gonna leave this here for now, and I'll just cap these lines up so they don't get full of water, and we'll call that good. It's gonna fall over. Okay, as I discovered earlier, there's a lot of water in the hydraulic system here. So the last thing for this video is going to be cracking open the final drive lines to see if there's any water in them. Hopefully there's not. If there is, I don't even want to talk about it right now, but let's go ahead and open them. Looks like we got 19 millimeter holding it down. A little greasy down here. There you are. Of course, this is probably, yep, just perfectly too small. By the way, a subscriber, Sam, sent these to me, some new 1/2-inch ratchets. These are J.H. Williams, they're older ones. Very nice. I'd feel guilty about using these, but he insisted I do, which is good because I blew out all my other 1/2-inch ratchets except for this old antique that's a hand-me-down from my grandfather. So, thank you, Sam. Oh, that was tight. God. There we go. Oh, a nice action on here, though. The mouse nest. That's, if I was a mouse, that's where I would make my nest, actually. That's a pretty good spot. So I'm guessing this is the pilot, drain, and then forward and backward. I'm just gonna crack these. Hopefully, this one wasn't very tight. Hopefully no water comes out. Oh, perfect, that's beautiful. Really good looking hydraulic fluid, okay? Good. Okay. Oh, that looks really good. Okay, thank goodness, all right. Please. Oh yeah. Great. Looks great. Oh. I'd be surprised if this had any water with it, but probably shouldn't jinx myself. Yep. Nice clean fluid. Oh, missing one. Okay. The mouse nest. Looks like we got a little damage to that hose from rubbing against that grommet. Looks like the grommet popped off in there. So, I mean, these hoses are probably original. Beautiful. Nice. You might not be able to see, well, you can see that. Perfect. Oh, that came up. Nice, nice. Yeah. Nice. Oh, what a relief. So really good news on the final drives, because if these were full of water, I would have had to pull them. And I think to do that, you have to break the track. And it's not the best weather right now. So I'm just going to cap the lines up where they connect to the swivel joint, and they should be fine for as long as I need to, because I mean, that was the best hydraulic fluid I've seen anywhere on this machine, was coming out of those. Looking pretty empty in here. Let's take a good look. It's pretty much just electrical left, which I can leave through the winter. Anyway, this is going to be one heck of a pressure washer project, but it'll be nice once it's clean. And actually the paint in here, it doesn't really need to be repainted or anything. It looks like it's all pretty much intact. Still has that Hitachi gray on it. All of this I'm going to leave. I'm just going to tarp it up really well. A lot of electronics and all the pilot lines run under here. I need to figure out, I mean, there's probably a way to kind of take all this apart and clean it. It's just a huge mess. It would just be nice if this was not a disgusting mess. Maybe that's just my own preference, but you know. So I'll tarp all this up really well, but I think that's going to be it for out here. So the reason I want to quit out here for the winter, and I don't really want to complain, I mean, it is kind of miserably cold, but I mean, like, this is like 8:30 at night and there's already ice forming everywhere. And once these grousers get iced over, or they're covered in hydraulic fluid and ice, it's kind of actually hazardous to be working out here, I think. I've already almost slipped off a couple times, and this is somewhat of an incline here. So I think I have everything off. This thing's not going to be hurting itself anymore if it sits out during the winter, assuming this gets tarped up properly. I have plenty to do in the shop through the winter, and hopefully back in the spring we can get on here, wash this out, do the wiring, and put stuff back in. Oh, and there are a fair amount of new lines to make. A lot of stuff in the shop to keep me busy through the winter. Not really too worried about staying busy. Have not gotten the engine block in yet. It's still at the machine shop. Haven't heard back from them, which is not a good sign, but I'll probably give them a call this week. They're usually really, really fast. If you saw the short about the injection pump, that is off to another shop. There's no way I would try to do that myself, but that's going to be for another video. So this was not a fun video to make, mostly because it was so tedious working with the zip ties and the paperwork and all those lines, keeping them straight. Hopefully I did a good job. No zip ties have fallen off yet. We'll see what happens. By the way, I did fill out most of this. I think I said I had 91 positions at the beginning of the video. There's 8 lines for the final drives that I haven't marked, and I saw one hose that I had marked twice, so that I think that leaves 26 available combinations left for the zip ties. So the 14 colors with the system hopefully seems to have worked so far. I am actually happy though, because this was the last thing I had to do out here, and it's about 26 degrees right now. I don't want to complain about the weather, but you know, I am a fair weather mechanic, I suppose. I promised like 3 times in a row now that the next video is going to be on the engine. I still have not gotten the block back yet. So in the meantime, I have plenty of other stuff to do. I think the most important thing right now is to look at the valve block, because there is a lot of water and junk in there. It would be good to clean it out, and if it's bad, I need to know now so I can find a new one. That's the plan right now. It'll probably change. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys.